Ever wondered how much spending power that first credit card in your wallet actually unlocks? Specifically, if that card happens to be from Patriot Bank, you're probably itching to know, what exactly is the credit limit I can expect? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or perhaps, more accurately, the several thousand-dollar question, depending on Patriot Bank's policies and, more importantly, your individual financial profile. Because here's the crucial thing to understand right off the bat, there isn't a single, magic number that applies to every single first credit card issued by Patriot Bank. Think of it less like a vending machine dispensing a fixed amount and more like a tailored suit, custom fitted to your specific measurements. So, while I can't give you a definitive dollar figure right here and now, what I can do is equip you with the knowledge and insights to understand how Patriot Bank typically determines these initial credit limits. We'll delve into the key factors they consider, the typical ranges you might see, and most importantly, what you can do to potentially influence that limit. Let's start with the basics. A credit limit, in essence, is the maximum amount of money you can borrow on your credit card. It's the ceiling, the upper boundary of your spending power with that particular card. Patriot Bank, like any other financial institution, sets this limit based on an assessment of risk. They want to lend money responsibly, ensuring that you're likely to repay what you borrow. Now, what goes into this risk assessment? Buckle up, because this is where things get interesting. Several interconnected factors play a significant role. First and foremost, your credit history is a major determinant. Think of your credit report as your financial report card. It details your past borrowing and repayment behavior. Have you consistently paid your bills on time? Do you have a long history of responsible credit use? Or are there blemishes like missed payments or defaults? A strong, positive credit history signals to Patriot Bank that you're a reliable borrower, making them more comfortable extending a higher credit limit. If you're new to credit, this might be a hurdle, but don't worry, we'll touch on that later. Next up is your income. Patriot Bank wants to ensure you have the financial capacity to handle the debt you're taking on. They'll likely ask for information about your income sources and amounts during the application process. A higher, more stable income generally translates to a higher potential credit limit, as it suggests a greater ability to repay. Your debt-to-income ratio, DTI, is another critical piece of the puzzle. This ratio compares your total monthly debt payments, including things like rent, loans, and other credit card obligations, to your gross monthly income. A lower DTI indicates that you have more disposable income available to manage new debt, making you a less risky borrower in Patriot Bank's eyes. Employment history also plays a role. A stable and consistent employment record can provide Patriot Bank with confidence in your ability to meet your financial obligations. Frequent job changes or periods of unemployment might raise concerns. Beyond these core factors, Patriot Bank might also consider other elements such as your relationship with the bank. If you already have other accounts in good standing with Patriot Bank, such as a checking or savings account, this existing relationship could potentially influence their decision. Now, let's talk about the typical ranges you might encounter with a first credit card from Patriot Bank. Since these cards are often aimed at individuals who are new to credit or have a limited credit history, the initial credit limits tend to be more conservative compared to premium cards for established borrowers. You might see initial credit limits ranging anywhere from a few $100s, perhaps $500 or $1,000, to a few $1,000s, maybe $3,000 or $5,000. It really depends on your individual circumstances and how strongly you perform across those factors we just discussed. If you have absolutely no credit history, you might start on the lower end of this spectrum. Patriot Bank needs to see how you manage credit responsibly before they're willing to extend a larger line of credit. Think of this initial lower limit as an opportunity to build a positive credit track record. Use the card responsibly, make your payments on time and in full, and over time, you may become eligible for credit limit increases. On the other hand, if you have a limited but positive credit history, perhaps from student loans or a secured credit card, and you have a steady income with a low DTI, you might qualify for a slightly higher initial credit limit. It's also worth noting that Patriot Bank might offer different types of first credit cards, each with its own potential range of credit limits. Some might be designed for students, while others might be geared towards individuals with limited but emerging credit. The specific features and benefits of the card can sometimes give you clues about the typical credit limits associated with it. So, you're probably thinking, okay, this is helpful, but what can I actually do about it? While you can't magically change your past credit history overnight, there are steps you can take to potentially influence your initial credit limit and improve your chances of getting a higher limit down the road. First, ensure your application is accurate and complete. Double-check all the information you provide, especially your income and employment details. Any discrepancies could raise red flags. If you have any existing credit history, even if it's limited, make sure it's in good standing. Pay all your bills on time, keep your credit utilization low, the amount of credit you're using compared to your total available credit, and avoid opening too many new accounts at once. If you're new to credit, consider starting with a secured credit card offered by Patriot Bank or another institution. These cards require a security deposit, which often acts as your initial credit limit. By using a secured card responsibly and making timely payments, you can begin to build a positive credit history that can pave the way for an unsecured card with a higher limit in the future. Another strategy, if applicable, is to demonstrate a strong financial foundation. If you have significant savings or investments, you might consider mentioning this during the application process, although it's not always a primary factor. Once you have your Patriot Bank First credit card, the journey doesn't end there. Responsible credit management is key to potential credit limit increases in the future. Consistently paying your bills on time and in full is the most important factor. Keeping your credit utilization low also signals to Patriot Bank that you're not over-reliant on credit. After several months of responsible use, you can often request a credit limit increase from Patriot Bank. They will likely review your recent credit history with them and your overall credit profile before making a decision. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.